Welcome back. We shall continue episode 2. Even later at night, when maybe 60 or 70% of the town ghosts are asleep, a man stands in front of the entrance to the church, one of the biggest buildings in town alongside the station. He's not dressed in appropriate church attire, however. His oily face is covered in stubble. His gloves have spotty discoloration. His boots are tattered. You can tell his hat smells just by looking at it. His gloves have spotty discoloration. His boots are tattered. You can... Oh, did I not just read that? I did. I did just read that. His protruding belly pushes against his coat and the questionable stains on it and most of all, he has a rifle. He's a watchman. They're seen at the church from time to time. Whenever something happens, watchmen stand guard in front of the church. These men patrol the church with guns, clearly neither clergy nor parishioner. The men don't know why they've been deployed, but the priest has ordered them to guard the church, so they guard the church, even if it's empty. The priest just has that much influence in this town. This particular man might look dumb, but his eyes are good enough that he doesn't need glasses, so he notices the boy approaching. Aye, kid, no unauthorized access today. With great difficulty, the man tells the boy that access is restricted. But I would like to pray, can't you make an exception? The boy is shyly pleased with the man. No, can't do, sonny. Can't let nobody pass through. The man grips his rifle and thrusts it, threatening the boy. But the boy doesn't falter. The man can't read his facial expressions since the boy's cap is covering his face. I didn't say there wouldn't be anything in it for you. The boy speaks. Please, take this. The boy holds out a tiny resealable bag with 3 white pills inside. They're top quality. Oh. The man hesitates. It takes a bit of time to reach an answer. Oh, fine. So you'll let me through? Just make it quick. The man clears the way. He figured that if the boy was a malicious intruder, he wouldn't try waltzing in through the front door. And perhaps another reason is that the man was already looking forward to enjoying those pills. And thus my infiltration of the church is a success. Oh, that's us infiltrating? Okay. Interesting. Phew. Just like a ninja. That sigh must have broken my concentration. Because my disguise, a coat, mask, wig, and other things I picked up from the garbage dump instantly disappear. So did the remaining mint-flavored tablets, even though it only took 3 of them to put into that bag. Oh, so we only put mint-flavored tablets in, weren't actually drugs, it was made to look like it. Hey, at least you'll have minty fresh breath. Just for formality's sake, I should apologize to the recycle shop for seeing the clothes and whatnot. It's not like I can carry fewer things than most other ghosts can. It looks like I can carry fewer things than most other ghosts can. I guess maybe I've only forgotten that fact and I'm just now remembering it. But I don't have time to get lost in thought about it like I usually do. Because I hear someone. Or rather, I hear and see someone at the same time. And just the sight of that someone alone is enough to make me sick. What brings you to the church this late at night? There stands the priest. Are you the priest? It'd be stupid to ask that, so I don't. This priest matches the priest in my vague memories, so this priest must be the priest. He reminds me of a long dead lion. His sweat-back hair looks like a mane. His eyes have the sharp glint of a carnivore. His voice is low like a growl, and he carries himself confidently like a true king of beasts. Though he's more like a king of ghosts. This king, who appears to be around 30 years old, stands like a priest, with his hands held behind his back as he talks to me gently. How strange. I believe we had already closed for worship today. When the priest moves, I smell the scent of dust and burnt out candles. While I hate the church, I don't hate this smell. They let me in because I said I had some business here. I see. Rules are rules, and upholding the rules is a watchman's job. So I can't have a watchman helping someone break the rules. He must be reminded of the rules. Oh, did I say rules too much? The priest laughs. I can't help but laugh too. What is this feeling? He looks at me with composure and magnanimity. This feeling, yes. He's like God. I heard you got quite violent downtown today. And that's something about him that I hate. Why did you leave your room? As soon as the priest says that, his composure and magnanimity disappear. It's like a switch has been flipped. He's ready to take on the ninja that killed an elderly man in the police. Composure and magnanimity, they're two things I've stolen from him. I'm just a little bit happy. A friend suddenly came for a visit. I tell him the plain truth. I thought something like that would never happen again. I thought I had sealed away the evil. The priest keeps staring at me. I don't think he intends to take his eyes off me for a moment. Not even to blink. And at the same time, it looks like he's looking through me and back to that day. I wish I could see it too. I wish I could reclaim my past. There's something scary about the existence of an unfamiliar me. You've changed quite a bit since the last time I saw you. For a moment, I didn't recognize you, but I surmise if anyone was going to pay us a visit, it would be you. My chest hurts, like a tooth cavity, like a long, drawn-out pain that will deprive me of sleep. So that must explain why Pacifica and Anya seemed hesitant to get in touch with me. I've changed, and probably not for the better. Those two are nice, so they won't talk about it. I didn't notice. Those two have been watching over me, and the current me has just been taking advantage of their kindness. The me that those who talk about is just my empty shell. They embrace that shell, put on smiles, and explain things that should be common knowledge. This pain. Is it my heart? I heard someone say that the heart has no sense of pain, but that can't be right. But something has to hurt for me to feel this pain. Where is the pain? I can't tell where it is. I can't heal it. I hate this. The new ghost is here, right? Give her back. I speak in a firmer tone. I want to get out of here as soon as possible. Give her back. But she's not yours and you've never had her. She's dangerous. Maybe even more dangerous than you. I need her. For what purpose? My friends need her in order to help me. So I want to help them get her. It's a strange thing to say. I know. Maybe I'm broken, but this is the answer I've come up with. So please, don't interfere. I see. The priest says in exasperation. He's probably stopped trying to understand where I'm coming from. I cannot allow you to take her. She is a witch, a disruptor of the town's peace. I must seal her away. Peace. What is peace? We're ghosts. We don't die if we're killed. Does peace even exist for us? If so, then isn't every ghost already forcibly sealed away inside of this so-called peace? God is testing us. Until the day we earn his mercy, I must guide the townspeople to protect the peace and live modest lives. For that is my purpose. Yet you have a guy outside with a gun. The priest looks at me arrogantly with his hand still held behind his back. He may be cautious of me, but he's calm. He has people to support him. He has a purpose to live for each day. He has a fulfilling life. I can't lose to someone like that. When we earn his mercy, he will lead us to paradise. By spreading his word to even one more person, we can live better lives. And I intend to hold out until that time. Each sin cleansed is another step towards paradise. Even someone as empty as me can realize that. And so I pour all my nothingness into it. That's unacceptable. Something lights up in my empty self. I flash back to Pacifica's room with the broken window for just a moment. I don't know who I heard it from, but someone once said that the people respond better to anecdotes than logic. That's why smart people use tall tales to garner respect and amass fortunes. No idea when or where I heard that. As always, how annoying. Probably what inspired me to talk back, interrupting the priest. You can't sway me with a tall tale like that. I say probably because it doesn't really feel like I'm the one who said it. It's not a tall tale, it's the truth. All of it. I'm not just some suggestible little girl. But you can be, as long as that is what God so desires. How long will you make this out to be God's fault? Do you hate this place that much? Just give up. Just give it up already. There's no escape. Surprisingly enough, I laugh. A laugh that's a mess of different human emotions. Now that I think about it, people laugh all the time. Whether they're happy, mad, or sad, but it's a different sort of laugh. That's probably why it's appropriate to laugh in just about any sort of situation. Who am I, anyway? Who's this girl? Who's talking? Some organ inside my body feels like it's been set on fire, and that fire's setting me in motion. The magma-like heat boils my blood and circulates through my body. Even my head becomes a red-hot lump of heat, lighting up every last nook and cranny of my thought process. Silence! The priest brings his hands forward away from his back, revealing an automatic pistol which he points at me, just as I suspected, I suppose. You're evil! A demon! Sorry, there's no demons here, just ghosts. It's ridiculous that you pretend we're alive when we're already dead. Our souls are alive! I'm going to shoot you. You'll revive. Lives and souls be damned. It's just a universal rule. The same thing that happens to objects happens to us. I'm motivated by something more precious. The likes of you could never understand how I feel. The priest has completely lost his composure, his magnanimity, and his high horse. He's no longer a lion, just a man. He's just a man, which is why he must rely on a gun. A god wouldn't need a gun. I feel good, satisfied. Perhaps this is how it feels to rob someone of something truly precious to them. I won't be silent. What I have to say concerns you too. Come on. Don't give up in this cold, dark place. Just... Silence! Please don't say the same thing she did. I feel a hint of compassion for the priest as I conclude with this final question. How long will you keep waiting? And for whom? I don't understand the words coming out of my mouth. But I do know that they're the last words that should come out of my mouth. Why? I don't know why I know. Hopefully someone does. I'll kill you! I see the priest pull the trigger in slow motion. But once I see it, my attention is drawn behind me. Father! Back towards the door I came in. Door opens and in comes the man I had slipped past earlier, his rifle drawn. The man instantly processes the situation and... Ninja! How dare you fool me! Die! Saying that, he pulls the trigger. But it's already too late. I had already pulled a pistol out of my coat and aimed it at his brow. At this point, I'm not even questioning my lightning-fast movements. I think of what I want to do and do it. It's so natural I've come to accept this unfamiliar me. Accursed ninja! The priest fires without hesitation. He probably realized that now that the man's here, chaos and destruction in the church would be unavoidable. But his aim is off, so there's no need for me to even move from this spot. Ow. I guess I miscalculated a little. Yeah, why is it that whenever we go badass, our pupils go black? Well, our eyes go kind of all black. We had that in our pupils, like the sort of infinity almost. It's not infinity, but it's a symbol you see a lot in certain things. What do you want? The priest yells. I think to myself, how should I know? But I answer. I said so to start, didn't I? I leap off the ground, quickly closing the distance between me and the priest. The priest seems to be quite the skilled marksman, but it's nothing I can't dodge. I take the gun I stole from the police officer and thrust it at his brow. I'm here to see the girl. I close my eyes. Bang! The sound of a gun. Thud. The sound of something human-sized collapsing onto the ground. The sound of blood roars in my ears. Who's there? But I can still pick up the soft sound of footsteps. A perfectly cute voice, one that I remember. It looks like something in the darkness of the pews. A funk. I hear some sort of machine starting up. After a moment's delay, a siren starts to roar. Someone must have pulled a fire alarm or something. I'm sure the police and the priest's followers will come rushing in soon. Clara, stop the alarm. Right. If someone's in the church, it's probably her. I open my eyes. Oh, but... From the darkness, I can hear her feeble voice protest. You want to be my friend, don't you? But she sounds hesitant. Stop it. I aim in the general direction of where she's hiding and fire. I didn't hit, but that's fine. The sound stops. I know that this sort of alarm can be switched off manually. I step towards the darkness. It doesn't look like she's going to run away. Or maybe she can't. I step up next to Clara as she desperately tries to keep standing on her shaking legs. Oh, Miss Psycho, please apologise. I'm sure everyone will forgive you if you step down now. It'll be fine. I'm sure everything will be fine. Lead the way. Let me help you, Miss Sayako. I made a flower pot out of paper. You can have it. That offer's somewhat attractive, actually. I imagine myself apologizing and everyone forgiving me and loving me like they love Clara. But then Pacifica and Anya would hate me, so no thanks. I refuse. I said lead the way, poophead. Oh wow, we actually punched Clara. I strike Clara in the face, making a proper fist with my hand, of course. Clara flies back about half a meter. Her nose bleeding, she places her hand on the ground trying to get up, but fails. She looks confused. She hasn't realized that she's been roughed up a bit. But she's not crying, she's just got a bewildered look on her face. She still doesn't realize what's going on. And that irritates me. I hate you. But I might come to like you. Lead the way unless you want me to hit you again. That explains why in the dream we saw her with like the bruise on the face. I spit out those words. To be honest, I don't hate her enough that I want to hit her. Clara silently gets up without wiping her bloody nose. And with a delicate, truly ghostly voice, she says, This way. And she leads the way. Let's be friends once this is all over. Clara doesn't respond. This is probably my first time walking around the place. It feels kind of strange and creepy. It's like I've got motion sickness. The church is a big, conspicuous building, so I'm used to seeing it from the outside. I guess what's so off-putting is the contrast between how much I think I know the building versus how little I actually know about it. It should be so obvious, though. I mean, it shouldn't come as a surprise to know that a box contains things, right? Come to think of it, I know even less about myself than I previously did. I keep surprising myself again and again. It feels like I'm not even me. Looking at things objectively, maybe this is the real me. However, there's no way for me to know for sure. For some reason, I'm exhausted. I can't concentrate. That's not good. The gun I'm pointing at Clara feels so heavy. It's tiring to go up all these stairs. How many floors does this building have?
4.
We're on the 3rd floor. It seems like this central staircase is the only staircase connecting all the floors, which severely narrows down the available escape routes. Was that Clara's nose stopped bleeding as we were walking? We quickly advanced forward. I've already given up memorizing a way back. Neither of us say a word.
Oh, we're here.
Clara speaks plainly as she stands by the door. She looks like a robot who's almost, but not quite, human. Her current mental state must be like what mine normally is. There's not much of a height difference between me and Clara. Her hair is the same length as mine too, even though it's a different texture. If I usually look like she does now, I must really come off as a weirdo. You go in first. I think a lot of different things, but that's what I end up saying.
Oh, okay.
Clara opens the door. She then puts her hands together and bows. After a moment's delay, I realize that it's out of deference to me.
Pardon the intrusion.
Warmth flows in through the doorway. The heating must be on. Someone's in there. There's someone I came here to see. Pardon the intrusion. I can't help but say that now that Clara's said it. Something akin to dread suddenly overcomes me. After all, despite all I've done to come see her, there's no guarantee that she'll see me in a positive light. Who will she trust more? The church that can find her, or the girl who comes barging in with a gun and a hostage? I'm curious to find out, but I've got no idea what to expect. What if she's completely unlikable? I don't know if I could get along with her then. Or maybe I should be worrying about me being the completely unlikable one. I hear a voice, an unfamiliar voice, the voice of the new girl. I suddenly cast my eyes down.
Oh, you have a visitor. He must be cold. Come in. Don't be a stranger. Yes. You, in the back too?
I look up by reflex. In a single moment, I think about a lot of things, and in a single moment, I forget them. Like a sort of flashback. By the time I realize that this is what anxiety feels like, I can already see the girl. I intended to be more mentally prepared when I first met her, but things have been a bit, shall we say, sudden. I'm so nervous, my eyes are blurring. In my blurred vision, I feel like I can see many different things. Like rain, or school, or summer heat, or laughing with someone. And like a dream, they all suddenly come to mind and disappear as suddenly as they came. But why? The fearful me is already the usual me. I remember how comfortable being fearful can be.
Oh, congratulations.
She looks at me. At the very least, she's smiling. Sorry to keep you waiting. I give an odd reply, perhaps due to the tension. Why would I say sorry to keep you waiting in response to congratulations? But for just a second, it seemed like the proper thing to say. I just don't get it anymore. That might explain why I'm smiling, or maybe it's totally unrelated. I don't know. Either way, we both smile. I'm no longer afraid. I stare at her for a second. She's got big eyes. She's got big eyes, round, girly cheeks, and a smile that makes you happy just by looking at it. I feel like I came here to check on something, but I've forgotten what exactly. What's your name? I intend to take her back with me as soon as I learn her name.
My name is yet to be determined.
Yet so determined. Once I say myself, I realize she's saying she doesn't have a name. Not that that is her name. I'm a little slow on the uptake when it comes to things like that. Ah, jeez. I don't know how ghosts get their names. Do they keep their names from before becoming ghosts, or do they get new ones? No idea.
So hey, are you two free right now?
Yep, Miss Yet to Be. No, I'm not free right now. But I'm trying to free you. Please run away with me right now.
Oh, good.
Miss Yet to Be smiles, a carefree smile. I can tell just by looking at her that she's genuinely pleased. Honestly, I think that's a nice trait to have.
Then why don't we eat some ham together? It's delicious, you know. You too, Clara.
Unfortunately, it seems the new girl's not a good listener. This is plain bad. But I don't repeat myself. After all, there's no use talking to someone who doesn't listen. Can we go after we eat? I shift gears instead.
We have to run quick, right? Let's eat fast so we can run fast, okay? Okay.
It's not that she's not listening. This person listens and ignores. That's right. She's the type of person who's tiring to talk to. Does she even understand that she's being held captive or why I'm here? Okay, I get it. Let's eat. There were no rifle shots, just a few pistol shots. The alarm got shut off quickly. Went straight to this room. I made sure that Clara didn't take a roundabout route to buy time. Backup will probably be here before long, but it's not here now. There are many worries in this world, but I know that very few of those worries will actually come true. Clara?
Yes?
Eat like your life depends on it.
Oh, if I do, will you surrender?
She said something stupid, so I pistol whip her with a thud. I didn't have to think about accidental discharge since the gun's actually already out of bullets. I'll think about it. Now hurry.
Oh, okay.
I do feel sorry for this poor girl. Like, she's obviously quite young and innocent, and she's used to everybody loving her. For her to be in this sort of situation is absolutely traumatizing for her. Fresh blood flows out of Clara's nose.
Ta-da!
At least this explains the scene at the very start of the episode. On the table is the bone-in ham. Its smoky scent can be smelled from steps away. And most of all, its size is overwhelming. Meat is a precious commodity in this town. You would think it makes sense for ham to be in this town since it's literally dead meat. But despite the fact that you can find freeze-dried, canned, and frozen meats everywhere, you'll rarely see meat as meaty as this. Pacifica lives in such a nice house, and I doubt even she could buy something like this.
It's too big for me to eat by myself. Oh, I'm so glad you two came along.
How did you get this?
Oh, a man gave it to me.
The priest.
Oh, so that's who he was. That's kind of funny.
As we sit down at the table, I keep my gun thrust at Clara. Miss Yet-to-Be doesn't even address the elephant gun in the room. I don't know if she's ignoring it or if she just thinks it is what it is. Everyone's got their quirk. Maybe if you figure out someone's quirk, you can figure them out. But I guess for some people, their quirk is being quirkless. Clara clearly has no appetite for the feast before her, neither do I, but at this rate, the ham's not going anywhere. And so... If you eat quickly, I'll put the gun down.
We shall eat then.
Clara reaches for the knife to cut the ham. She awkwardly cuts the ham and starts gulping it down like a garbage truck. That's why she's eating it so fast.
Oh, you've got such a good appetite.
It's yet to be cheers and pours a bottle into a glass. Let's dig in. You also, I've just realized as well, she reminds me a little bit the main character of Lane from Serial Experiments Lane, with a little bit longer hair. I started eating the ham too.
Yep, let's do that.
It's yet to be starts eating as well. Ham is a luxury food and already delicious on its own, but there's a certain something that spices it up all the more. But once I was able to find the answer after just a little bit of thinking, it's already bedtime outside. Morning is near. A human might call this a late night snack. A meal outside of proper mealtime. I just remembered that midnight snacks are especially yummy, but I'm sure I'll just forget about it again soon enough. I feel like something like this has happened before, but unfortunately, I can't remember. Phew, well, you did have a dream about it, so maybe it did happen before. Once I finally managed to swallow an overly thick slice of ham, I let out a big sigh. We finished half of the ham. I'm concentrating, that's a rare occurrence for me. Tonight's just full of rare occurrences. We're eating ham. There's a ham on the table as big as my head, and we're eating it with such gusto in order to escape quickly. The world is silent, save for the clattering of tableware, the chewing of ham, and the occasional crackling of firewood. It's almost as if everything outside this room has been annihilated and the world only exists for us to eat ham. And when I say us, I mean me, Miss Yet to Be Determined, and a crying Clara with a bloody nose. She's the one eating the most. This situation is very much like a dream. The softness of the high pile rug seems to numb my senses. It's like a dream. I ponder that thought again. This situation we're in is indeed like a dream. But is that a good thing? At least that's what I think to myself as I prod Clara's temple with my gun. Eventually we finish off the gigantic ham.
That was delicious.
It's yet to be strokes her belly in satisfaction while I try to do my best to keep myself from throwing up. Clara's probably in the same boat too. You see, Miss Yet to Be quickly got full and excused herself. Afterwards, she watched us eat and said things like,
You two can really eat. And is it good?
So Clara and I ended up finishing off the majority of the ham.
Now then.
Miss Yet to Be steps up from her chair and claps her hands together. The stopped alarm starts ringing once again. Please wait here, Clara. If you run away, I'll kill you 9,999 times. I run out of the room and check what's happening outside. I don't sense anyone on this floor. The priest's corpse must have been spotted by now, and it should be clear that I'm the one who killed him. I think to myself, if I were the backup forces, I'd gradually go up the stairs to corner me. There's no time. I rush back to the room and take Clara and the new girl.
Oh, my suitcase.
It's Yet to Be says that right as we're about to leave. No, it'll just hold us back. I'm in a tight spot here. There's no guarantee that it can protect her and her baggage.
Can we come back for it later?
I decide to lie. We can come back for it at any time.
Okay then.
Just a little white lie.
Hmm?
It's nothing. A gunshot rings out from a lower floor. They must have found the corpse. After that first shot, several follow after it. Then I hear something break. Sounds like they've got shotguns. That's no good. I guess they must have mistaken something for me. They ought to keep a cooler head. That just goes to show how much they fear the ninja. Good. Excellent. If you people want me to be a ninja, then I will play the part. Being bloodthirsty is simple. It's kind of nice, actually. Makes you painfully aware that we're dead. The gunshots stop, I hear men's voices. They must be arguing. Maybe they're pretending to clear the area, but I think they should just keep it quiet.
Sounds pretty dangerous down there.
There's yet to be murmurs. Don't worry. I continue. We're going up. If we can't go down, our only other option is to go up. I'll show you the ninja's true potential. There's yet to be leads the way as I threaten Clara to keep going up the stairs.
Oh.
Clara tumbles, probably not on purpose. Her nose starts to bleed yet again. Maybe she plans to die from nasal blood loss. Over here, 4th floor. But as a result, our pursuers have spotted us. I pick up one girl in each arm and dash up the stairs. I leap through the first door as I see without hesitation. They don't chase after us immediately. Maybe they want to be sure they can overwhelm me, or maybe they're thinking they just need to block the center staircase to corner the rat. That's an extremely logical thought. As long as you don't expect the rat to go even higher. What is this room?
Oh, it's the priest's room.
I see. What a lonely little room, just a big desk and a full-length window. Actually, I guess since there are several lonely little rooms, they're not as lonely or as little when put together. I stare out the window, things don't seem so bad outside. In fact, it looks better than I expected. I feel kind of pumped up. I'm sure I can pull off what I'm about to attempt. Miss yet to be gleefully cheers as he jumps onto the soft desk chair. Well, whatever. I've got an idea. Stand here. I place my hand on Clara's shoulder. There's not much of a height difference between us, so our faces are close. I look closely at her face. I'm sorry, Clara.
Oh, Miss Ninja.
You must be cold. Here, you can wear my coat. I take off my coat and I'm instantly reminded of just how cold this town can be. Now then.
Hey, what's the plan? How do we escape?
I don't have time to answer, Miss Yet to Be. Any last words? As Clara hide into the shadow of the desk. My gun still trained on her, of course. Let me redo that one. With my gun still trained on her, of course. I don't take my eyes off of her. Yeah, but you're out of bullets. Clara tries to speak, but she just fidgets and fails to say anything in the end. Time sluggishly crawls on. Miss Yet to Be looks at me with concern. I want to give her some reassuring words, but what comes out of my mouth is anything but trustworthy. Everything will be okay. By the time I say that, the faraway footsteps are already upon us. There's already somewhere between 6 and 8 men on the other side of the door, and they must be armed with rifles or other guns. Any last words? I threw my head to face in my direction. I'm sorry, but now we're playing on the same field. No, it wasn't me who swiveled her head. It's just Clara, dressed like me, and with a hairstyle similar to mine. But the resemblance is uncanny. I'm sure we'll meet again. Maybe we can be friends then. Oh my god, we're using her as a body double. She does look like me. I hope you'll understand one day.
Oh, you.
What's she gonna say? You're crazy? You have no morals? That makes sense. I've studied human rights, but not ghost rights. Slam. They kick the door in.
I do have last words.
Clara speaks.
Poop head.
What's that supposed to mean? I laugh. I don't think I could do anything but laugh. I guess maybe Clara really does understand after all. I hide my head under the shade of the desk. I finally push down Miss Yet to Be's head so that it doesn't come back up. Guns. Gunshots. Not only can they take out your eardrums, they could very well take out your whole ears too.
Oh, I know what this is. The substitution jutsu.
You are correct. I suppose this is the reality according to those muscle-bound idiots. The intruder kills the priest, runs up to the top floor, but once they corner her, she stands dumbfounded in the dread of death. The men shoot me to death with their guns. Eventually, the priest will return from the garbage dump and praise the men. Maybe even reward them somehow. The dread of death, please. This is why you guys are someone else's subordinates. We're ghosts, remember? Well, in any case, they must fear death themselves. Which is why they shot at me. They must have heard the stories of me being a ninja. And to hide their fear, they shot at me with an unreasonable amount of bullets. It all happens in a flash. The desk is big and sturdy, so there's no need to worry about getting hit by any bullets that ricocheted or pierced through the wood. So I look towards the window. Several of the bullets meant for Clara hit the glass instead. At least one of the men must have lousy aim. Beyond the glass is the same town as ever. It looks more beautiful than it does from my apartment, but it's just a small little ghost town.
Ow, ow!
Oops, I loosen my grip. Miss Yet-to-be nods her head as if to say, I know. For some reason, that makes me feel relieved.
Nothing like a holy woman going down, huh?
Correction. I don't think I feel relieved at all. The muzzle flash illuminates the scattering blood. It's my blood. Or rather, the blood of Clara disguised as me. It kind of makes me sick to think about it like that. Bullets rain down upon the bulky glass before us. Cracks form here and there before it finally shatters, thus eliminating the barrier between us and the town. Or perhaps I should call it the barrier between us and a sudden drop. But either way, it's a barrier we don't need right now. And at the same time, I hear something collapse behind us. I don't want to look. She's not just a nun. She's Clara. I clearly remember that fact. Let's go.
Huh? You're kidding, no way!
The fact that she's saying that means she understands what I'm suggesting. I forcefully wrap my arm around her waist and halfway carry her. I wasn't expecting her to be thin or anything, but she's thicker than I expected. In fact, her thickness is kind of reassuring. I'll give you the signal.
You are kidding, right?
I
Can fly!
fly.
Ah!
A man reflexively pulls the trigger when he sees me get up. His aim is so bad his shot doesn't hit. The man follows his lead, but they're too late. Without a word, we leap out the window. Miss Yet-to-be screams something, but I'm not sure that counts as a word. We leap out of the top of the church from the window of the priest's room. We fall into the cold wind with some late shot in the dark gunfire behind us. It's cold. Something feels cold inside me. The me who was in me moments before is now gone. I start thinking irrelevant thoughts like, you shouldn't go outside without a coat. But the lack of a coat means I can better feel the warmth of the girl under my arm.
I'm so happy!
Miss Yet-to-be says those words like a soft whisper. It's a mystery to me how I'm able to hear her voice through all the whooshing wind sounds. But it's enough to make me feel satisfied. It's astonishing, really. Just like magic. Maybe she really is a witch. She made tonight a good night despite all the trouble and all the cold. Back in my home country, ghosts wouldn't leave for the afterlife until they were content enough. Myself, I wouldn't mind leaving right now. This is nothing. Also, keep this a secret, but... Only whispered, but it seems she heard me too. How strange. I'm not actually a ninja.
Oh, I'm not actually a witch either.
I figured.
Tee.
It feels like we've been falling forever. I wonder what's up with that. We landed face first on this. Wow, that's okay. All right. But obviously, we got to land eventually. We ended up crashing onto Anya's armored vehicle. Obviously, we couldn't just get up and walk away if we landed on a hard metal route, but thankfully, Anya was considerate enough to fasten that sofa from earlier onto the top. As a result, we were able to pull off an exceptionally gentle landing. It didn't look that gentle.
Yoo-hoo! I'm one hell of a driver, aren't I? God damn, but are those church shitheads up top?
And then usually enthusiastic Anya pops her face out of the driver's seat window.
What's your language?
I hear a thud from inside the car. Anya groans.
Get in, quick.
Pacifica pops her face out of the passenger seat window and urges us in. At the same time, we hear a gunshot, and several meters in front of the car, a random pile of snow bursts open.
Get in before you get sniped!
Miss Yetterby and I hop into the back seat. At the same time, we hear a concerning metal clank, suggesting the car got hit by a bullet. But this is an armored vehicle, so it's invincible. And in this moment, so are we. It's been ages since I've ridden in a car. I miss the low engine roar, so I can't help but listen closely to it. Nobody talks, probably because we hear a police car siren coming from behind. After a while, once we can no longer hear the police car siren, Anya parks the car in an alley somewhere. But even then, the silence isn't broken until I finally speak up and address Anya. Say, Anya.
Yeah?
This is the same one, isn't it?
Yeah, why?
I didn't realize you still had it.
I do. Be a waste to get rid of it, you know?
I'm sorry.
Don't apologize.
I'm glad you came when you did.
Oh, you're welcome for that?
Anya lets out a sigh as she tried to laugh, but failed. If only that were the case.
Look at the two of you getting all lovey-dovey. Anyway, why did you call her and not me?
Pacifica takes out a bag of snacks from somewhere and opens it. You think snacks would be out of place in an armored vehicle, and yet somehow it works. I didn't know your number, Pacifica.
You could have just asked, Anya.
I was in a hurry and I had to prepare a disguise too.
A disguise?
I disguised myself and handed those mint-flavored tablets to a watchman as a bribe. Then I put a new ventilation hole into the priest's skull and turned the nun into a colander. Why is she up front? It's not until after I finish talking that I realize, oh crap, I shouldn't have said that. What I did was a small-scale insurrection, far from what any normal person would call ethical. I don't think those two would easily approve of my actions here. I'm sure they're expecting something a little more peaceful. I get the feeling I should have lied about it, but I don't want to.
For real? Good thing we're friends.
Anya says that so casually. Thank you. So I casually respond. Anya grumbles something about priorities.
Hey, Sayako, you said I'm gonna jump, so bring the car behind the church, right?
Oh, how is... You're outside. What's going on with Miss Yet-to-be? After I'd gotten home from Pacifica's house, I had called Anya on the phone. That's right. That phone is a direct line between me and Anya. Anya quickly picked up and I quickly hung up. I finally understand why I keep avoiding the phone. I must be the type of person who's not good with phones.
Did you think that Anya Green Gables here would understand what you meant just with that one sentence? Do you know what she said to me when she came to me for help?
Pacifica munches on the corn snacks quietly yet angrily.
Yeah, I said, what's that supposed to mean? Exactly. If we did exactly what you said, we'd all be in jail right now, you understand?
Pacifica opens up a second bag. Miss Yet-to-be reaches for the bag only to get her hand slapped away.
Eep! That's why I came to you for help, okay? And I'm the one who told you to tie the sofa on the roof. This girl was just going to bring the car as it was, you know. She's got poop for brains, remember?
That's fine.
No, it's not.
Pacifica shouts. It's yet to be find some snacks on her own and starts munching on them, saying,
It's not as good as ham, but it's okay now that I think about it.
I figured Anya would come to you for help and you'd catch on to what I was getting at, Pacifica. I was hoping that you two would fulfill my request at least as stated, so, thanks for going above and beyond.
I see. Well, okay then.
Her voice is blunt but somewhat tearful. I never want to make her cry again. We all fall silent for a while. I think it's because we were all feeling as if we had reclaimed something.
But that sure turned out fun, didn't it? Indeed.
Yeah.
I agree. Also, question. Go ahead, new girl. Short time no see. Yes, well, where are we going? No clue.
I guess none of us really planned ahead. Honestly, I only planned to bust a new girl out. I didn't think about anything after that.
Where should we go, Sayako?
When she asked me that question, I respond with relative ease. Outside of town. I can feel the air just get a little colder.
For real? Well, I kind of get where you're coming from.
I don't remember what happened that day, so I want to try going out of town to jog my memory. I guess.
Huh? What?
Their faces freeze. What's with those looks?
We don't remember. We don't remember what happened or what made you go, you know. Oh, actually, I do remember a little, but... We figured you'd remember, Sayako.
No, I don't remember. There are some things I remember, but they're far outweighed by what I don't remember. I'm shook. Though I'm sure they're just as shook as I am. Miss Yet to be curious, she looks at each of our faces. That's right, she's an outsider. We should probably explain things to her, just not now.
Alright, memory lane it is. Let's go.
Anya proclaims.
Oh yes, let's go as far as we can go.
Pacifica concurs.
Okay.
And I agree.
Outside of town?
Very interesting that it was all very distorted for each one of them, but as soon as Miss Yet to be talks, it's now smooth as hell.
Have you been informed about ghosts and whatnot? We're ghosts, immortal and unaging, locked up in this town. But since we're bored, we figured we ought to take advantage of the chaos by going outside and crossing the boundary.
Pacifica condensed the explanation perhaps a bit too much. The way she said it was kind of blunt. Normally, you wouldn't expect an outsider to easily agree to something like that.
Whoa, that sounds kind of funky.
But thankfully, Miss Yet to be isn't normal, so there's no problem. I already learned that from my short journey with her so far.
Passy, what does she mean by funky? Funky is funky. Ah.
I can see us getting along with her.
Let's go, sounds like fun. And we're off.
Anya steps on the gas and the car speeds off. The ground's covered in snow, but the car just laughs it off. My heart throbs. Huh. I guess I still have a pulse even though I'm a ghost.
Oh, I'm glad my kidnappers are such fun this time.
Miss Yet to be just casually and unexpectedly says that.
Kidnappers? Well, I don't even know your names. I just came along for the ride because I got an explanation, so it's like, you're kidnapping me. Oh, how fun. Kidnapping.
The mood in the car suddenly gets tense. I did pretty much just kidnap her. The Pacifica and Anya don't know that.
Sayako, did you just drag her out without giving an explanation? And she just went along with it?
I was too busy eating ham.
Ham? Oh, don't worry about it. I meant kidnapping in a good way.
There's a good way?
Those church people won't tell me anything about the town. And besides, it's more fun to be with other girls. And you all seem like nice people. Well, okay then. That's fine, I suppose.
Well, as long as Miss Yet-to-Be is satisfied, that's fine, I guess. We all fall silent for a while. The view from outside the window gets sadder and sadder. The town slowly fades away into a barren field of snow. Outside of town, I wonder what's on the other side.
We need to have a welcome party.
Oh, this is so cute. Obviously, there's certain elements that have happened which are definitely not cute. Like Clara getting shot to bits. But I love this. I suppose I can't call it a game, but it is a game. It's more like a playable movie anime. It's very much a visual novel without any choices, which is, I'm okay with this. If they're telling a good story, and I'm here to be told a story. It's literally like reading a book, but in game form. Pacifica chimes in. I guess she's grown tired of the snacks.
A welcome party? That's what we've all gathered here for. So you kidnapped me to throw a welcome party? Wow, a surprise party? Thanks!
Oh, about that. How about I make it a birthday party instead of a welcome party? It seems more festive that way.
A birthday party for a ghost?
How about we give you a name as a birthday present?
How lovely, Sayako. You're so talented.
Talented at what? We giggle, but Anya stays quiet. Guess she's having a tough time driving. Oh no, the music's just cut out. However, that isn't the case.
Okay, time for some bad news.
Anya clears her throat and starts speaking.
This car's equipped with a powerful engine so it can run anywhere, and it's carrying a ton of fuel. How powerful? Let's just say that, barring wear and tear, it can run pretty much forever without resupply.
Convenient.
Honestly, this thing built like a tank. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be running properly, and I'm sorry to tell you this, but, it's gonna explode.
Oh, I do not like... That looks weird to me. That is a real mouth on each of those girls.
Oh, we need to run. Oh, we can't! We can't. We've got 30 seconds and the blast radius will be hundreds of meters wide. It'll tear up the ground and spread radioactive fallout everywhere. That's an objective fact. As a practical solution, I propose we complete this birthday party within those 30 seconds. That's all the more reason to get off this thing. The blast radius is hundreds of meters long, Passy. I suggest you give up 25. I understand. Let's move on to the gift giving then. 22.
Your name is Ham. No, wait.
18.
Yoru. Yoru means night. That's what the Yo in Sayako also stands for. When you met at night, say Yoru. For something I came up with on the spot, it's actually a pretty good name, I'd say. Then again, ghosts are dwellers of the night, so maybe every ghost in that town could be called Yoru. But those people don't know what kanji are, so I don't think anyone will catch on. What a lucky break. 2 nightly names within me. She is there. She is there within me. This is my little secret. Time passes as I think to myself.
Whoa, that's nice and simple. It's straight to the point. Good. That's the spirit. Good name. 10 out of 10. 10.
Happy birthday, Yoru.
7.
We got the importance of out of the way in just 9 seconds. Things are getting kind of hectic, but it makes me feel something if it makes me feel alive.
Let's be friends. 4.
The flow of time is like the temperature. If either of them drop to 0, you freeze.
I'll be your friend too. 2.
That's why all this commotion seems kind of warm.
Welcome to the ghost town.
It's a joyous sort of warmth.
Thank you all.
And then explosion. Okay, the end. And thus begins our story. I think. Oh yeah, this game totally has personality all the way. I love it. I love this little animation at the end as well. But interesting that it had enough there to have like a miniature nuclear explosion with the car. But fast forward through this. Like, I appreciate the, obviously, that, but yeah. It's cute. We saw it before in the previous episode. Oh, what's this? Summer. It's summer everywhere you look. You can hear chattering voices everywhere. I wanted to make sure that it was episode 2 and not episode 3. Hear chattering voices everywhere, from the group of middle schoolers enjoying the breeze at the convenience store to the elderly spacing out in the shade, to the elementary schoolers playing around in the park. As I pedal my bike, I can feel my feet getting sore from the sandals that were given to me for days like these. But I figure I can just put up with it. After all, I'll be seated for the duration of the movie. Oh, the signal turned red. I firmly squeeze the worn-down brakes and my bike gradually slows down. But it doesn't come to a complete stop, so I try to plant my feet on the ground to try and forcibly stop the bike. But that's when I realize something. Crap. It's like I'm just the usual me now. The extraordinarily cute sundress came from a faraway country, but I'm not used to wearing this sort of fabric. It's new. Its new scent mixes with my own. I hope that kid doesn't find it unpleasant. The signal turns green, I start pedaling again. The wind whisks away my sweat. It's a nice breeze. We're meeting by the station. I gotta hurry. I don't want to be late. I steadily pass through the residential area in front of the supermarket and through the roundabout. I don't get caught at any traffic signals after that. How lucky. Ah, the kid's here and hasn't noticed me yet. What should I say? This will probably be our last time meeting, so I have to make it count. Is this from when, you know, she was alive? An average elemental schooler on a summer break. I can't wait to see the movie. I do wonder if it was when Sayako was alive. Oh, this is the end of the trial version. Okay, so it's only two episodes. That was absolutely fantastic, though. I hope that you've also enjoyed it as well. It's put a number on my throat, but that's okay. I need to go rest it for sure. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that. Thank you for making this game, and of course it does say thank you for reading, because it's like not saying, instead of saying like thank you for playing, it's obviously knows what it is. It is a story-based game at the end of the day, and I thoroughly enjoyed the story that they are currently telling. And what a cliffhanger to leave it on as well. Like, they explode. Like, she's gone and killed a load of people. But they're apparently just supposed to wake up at the garbage dump. I suppose episode 3 starts with them just waking up at the garbage dump. Which is pretty cool and on brand, I guess. But anyway, if you have gotten this far, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the channel. Obviously, that's something which we should always be saying. Yeah. Don't forget to check us out on twitch.tv/Wobsy, where I stream, like, I try to stream almost daily, except when I'm really feeling tired. But I'm trying to get past that, but we'll see how things go. But yeah, except for Saturdays. I don't stream on Saturdays. That's always a bad day. And hey, if the devs happen to want me to continue voicing, like playing the rest of this, by all means, I'm very happy to do so. So yeah, take care of yourselves. I'll see you next time. Shiraz.